Hey everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to our shop. Hopefully you enjoy what we're doing here and maybe along the way we can all learn stuff as we go through and try to rebuild some classic cars and we all have a little bit of fun on the way. Hope you enjoy. Back to working on the 57. We're trying to get the steering column out. I believe there's a cotter pin that sits in the end of the pitman arm, and then there's a deal that screws in the end. I think we got to loosen that up, and the pitman arm should drop out of the steering center section. We can unbolt the steering sector from the frame and then pull everything out this way towards the front of the car, and then we can get the rest of the body loose and try to get the body lifted up, get the frame out from underneath it, and then we can figure out how we're going to weld on the pieces, the frame stuff on the bottom, and then also how to fix the frame itself, because there's some areas in the frame that need to be fixed. You see that tool there, Dad? If you do much work with cotter pins, I bought this thing years ago. It's a CP38 snap-on cotter key remover, and this thing works great. I know that I've used little picks, on the other ones, but as far as I know, I'm sure there's other companies that make this, but this one here, this is great for getting out cotter keys. And basically what you do is and this thing's so strong that you really don't even have to do that, but you straighten out your cotter key and you put that in there and you're able to wedge it out with this. Works great. Okay, so it looks like Dad already got that cotter key loose. Now this here tool should just fit right in like that. Just like that.
Just like that.
And there. Now I think that I just need to back this out here, and then this.
This one here, one
Yeah,
screwdriver.
I think that takes a screwdriver to back that out.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna find out. You know what this is? A Mopar guy trying to fix a Chevy. That's what
There
this
you
is.
go. Yeah.
Any carbon choke cleaner left in here? I think so. Yeah. This will get some of that grease off anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that does not screw out of there.
No, I'm sure it does.
Let me go grab me another pick and see if I can dig it in there with a pick and see what I can figure out. Well, huh. That thing is deep.
Yeah, you're gonna want to have it get in there deep.
There we
There
go.
you go. That penetrating oil helps too.
Well, that was carb cleaner.
Penetrating oil is fine.
Carb cleaner is what I used, but now does this come all the way out? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to go all the way with it.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
Now what do we got in there?
This here, tap down on this here might. You better move your wheels back and forth.
Okay, yeah, moving the wheel back and forth has done something.
Yeah.
Made it looser anyway. Okay, so here is the diagram on how this all comes apart. You got your plug on the end with a cotter pin. Remove the cotter pin, you screw this out, and then there's this end plug, a spring, and then a piece that fits in here that kind of holds it in place. And what I wasn't figuring out is that this piece was in there. And to get that out, I had to use a magnet. So removing that pitman arm off the steering shaft was a learning experience indeed. So this is the piece that I was having problems getting out, or that I even knew it was in there. But this fits in like this. And then your spring here goes behind that and holds that in. And I had to use a magnet to get this out. And then this slides in here. And they're calling this a seal, I believe. And then this piece slides in here. These are all kind of greasy. So this piece here screws in the end, and this will take your play out of it. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then there's a cotter key that goes in that holds it into place once it's in. So this would have to be straight up and down with the holes in there. So you remove the cotter key, remove this out, which I just used a big long screwdriver to do it. I was able to wiggle it back and forth, and this I could see came out, and then wiggle it back and forth some more, which this would push it, and then I was able to take this out, but I could not figure out what was still holding it in there. And this is what was holding it in there. I've seen some videos on YouTube of them showing how to take this off, but the guy's going so fast, he sped it up and you can't see what he's actually doing. But that's how you get that piece off of there, I guess. So now all we got to do is get the steering sector unbolted. Oh, what size are those? Well, I don't know. I can't even see them. I can't even really tell what they are. I know what they are. Greasy. That's what they are.
Yeah, where's your wire brush?
I don't know. I don't think I got one of them.
I know you got a couple of them.
I do, but I bought a kit from Harbor Freight. I'm looking for an impact, the 3H drive impact I got, which should be hanging up there, but you know.
Usually is.
Yeah, well, until you need it. Probably underneath the car. That's probably where I had it last.
I remember seeing it.
Yep. Because, you know, I wouldn't want to put anything away. I was in the middle of this whole thing. Okay, so these bolts here look to me like they are 9/16 and dirty. But they come off good. Come off there really well. They don't want to come out of my socket very well.
That's because it was well lubricated.
It was well lubricated. Something was in there leaking.
Yeah. It looks like you got it pretty well loose there.
It is loose. I'm going to put a power steering unit on this anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this should just, in theory, come right off. There. In theory. Now, why are we doing this again? Oh yeah, because for some reason I always wanted to do a tri-5. So here we are.
There you go.
Is it out? Jesus. Oh, I see. There's a collar here that I need to drop out of there.
Take this, you're gonna have to take this loose right here, Randy.
I don't think I'm gonna.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna have to take that loose at all.
Well, what do I know?
I don't know. Probably about as much as I do, which isn't much. All right. Uh-oh. My icon light, I think, is failing me. It's not failing me. I think it's running out of juice. Yeah, it's running out of juice. Well, how much for that? I need another one of these. That's what I need. Oh, yeah, I do have one. You think I know where it's at? No.
Probably right where you used it last.
Probably stuck on the bottom of that car at your place. And I guarantee the last place I used that on was that 69 RT.
Yeah.
All right. I think that we can kind of, now, that thing that I kicked out of the way, I need that now. Well, that is kind of how that comes out, I guess. I don't know what I did with that other bolt because I said, oh, look at there. Now the bolts are coming out. I don't know what I did with it. But there's the washer for it. Anyway, we'll find it. That one kind of stumped me a little bit. Even with the book doesn't tell you. The book, the Chevy book is nowhere near as good as the Mopar. And maybe that's because you're looking at 50s compared to 69. 57, I mean, you're looking at 10 years difference. Maybe they got a little better.